Alright, so for today's video, I thought I would do a 2026 gear bag haul. So this year is going to be the first year I'm back to riding motos and like getting back in shape, and I wanted to show you guys everything that I'm going to be bringing with me to the moto track in terms of my gear. I bought basically brand new gear this year, and as a fun deal, I have a unboxing of my brand new helmet coming soon. So let's get right into it. Okay, so I'm actually using a Climb bag here, Climb gear bag. I've had this bag for like 10 years, been awesome, tons and tons of room in here, so highly recommend getting yourself a gear bag such as this. So let's get in here and let's get in here and show you some of the gear that I'm going to be wearing. So first off, I went ahead, got me some brand new Honda pants. Gotta have new gear, makes you look cool, you feel cool on the track, and confidence is key. If you don't have any confidence on the track, you shouldn't be there. Major thing. Go ahead, new jersey too to match along with it. As you can see, super dope. Love Honda. Wife got this here a little bit too tight, but you know, with these buff muscles, I look pretty cool on the track, I'm sure. So that's that. I got some new Fox gloves this year. Fox has really done a really good job. If you can see the grip on here, they're actually pretty nice. I like them a lot, actually, believe it or not, which is hard to believe because they say that a lot, but they work really good. I rode with these one time, feel really good. They feel a little bit like a mechanic's glove, which in some aspect I like because it's soft, but in another aspect, I like to not really have super thick gloves, which these are a little bit thicker, because I like to be able to feel the bike a lot better. So that's only one thing I've found about these Fox gloves that I bought, or I guess my wife bought for me. So can't say a whole lot about it. So also running these sock booties this year. So these here are incredible. They're socks and they run up halfway up your leg. Fan-freaking-tastic when it comes to your boots and running underneath your gear. This just helps a lot with your knees too, being bashed. Like a lot of times my knees right here will get hit from banging up against the bike. Unfortunately, these things work super good. So rode with these one time and I have nothing but positive reviews to say. So I am also not really a guy to say this or not. Honestly, I don't even know what these are. Dual axis Leatt, I think is how you pronounce them, knee pads. I have never been a guy to wear knee pads ever in my entire life. I've hated knee pads, hated the thought of knee pads, but my father-in-law convinced me and got me a set of these things for riding, and let me tell you, I'll never go back. Absolutely amazing, especially you put them up on your knee, right, and when you're banging against the bike, you got little guards here, and it doesn't tear up your knees as much as it has in the past. I find that these are literally fantastic. I hated the idea, believe me guys, hated the idea, but now having them work really good. Only thing you could do different if you didn't like this brace style is you could just get a normal knee pad for the inside, or like normal like a soft knee pad, and that would work just as good too. But really recommend knee pads, gotta have them. So I have been running 100% goggles most of the year, just some cheap old goggles that I bought, but to be honest, these are old, so we're definitely going to be getting rid of these here in about 15 minutes. I'm going to show you guys some really nice stuff. So next thing I've been running so far is we've been running the Shoei helmet. This is an old Shoei that my father-in-law gave me. I run a medium helmet and this fits super good. Cheek pads are loose on it, but this because these are broken. But honestly, Shoei's been a great helmet for me. If you guys are getting into the business, Shoei is a great option. Fortunately, and like I said, in about 15 minutes here or 5 minutes here, you're gonna see what I actually got this year, which is the surprise. And I got a new helmet, new goggles. Excited to show y'all. Inside my bag here, which is awesome with this Climb gear bag, I have brand new boots. So I went with the Tech 7s. Tech 7 motocross boot. I've ridden on these once. They were really nice. They are stiff right now because they're brand new, but you know, for as much as I would have, how stiff I would have expected these, they're actually not as bad. Do got to get a little bit of the buckles adjusted now that you know, I've ridden with them once and kind of working them in. But they're a really nice boot. They fit really nice. They're reasonably priced. Alpinestar has them. So I'd recommend a boot like this. I think they were like $300-400, but it's not cheap. But you know, if you're getting into the sport, you really need to have like good boots, good helmet, and neck brace is optional. You can have that, but really do not cheap out on boots and helmet. The rest of it you can kind of cheap out on, but do not do that. You want as much support here, and you want as much protection on your noggin as possible. So yeah, so this is the Tech 7s. Okay, now I said it was optional to have a neck brace. I actually do have one. I have not worn it in many years. So this is an Alpinestar's, I think it was a Pro B&S neck brace. Bought this like probably, I don't know, 10 years ago. Wore it once, crashed once. Did it help me? I don't know, but I definitely did have it on when I crashed. So there's a lot of debate in the sport on whether these are helpful or not. I've heard some stories where doctors have said that having a neck brace would have been beneficial, and in other cases it wouldn't have been beneficial. So it's kind of hit and miss. Most of the guys don't wear them anymore if you look in the pro motocross scene, but I think for the average guy, if you got the money, you might as well buy one and wear it. But at the same time, it seems to not really be the biggest necessity. So do have this. It was expensive. I think this was like $400 or $500 just for this neck brace. So worth it? I don't know. I crashed once with it. Debatable. Okay, so that's all I got in the gear bag. So now we're going to transition into the unveiling. I'm going to show you guys my new helmet, my new goggles. So pumped. And as a surprise, I got a Fox helmet. Fox, baby. Brand new. I just tested this thing out, so I'd be lying if I said that this was a full-on, you know, first impression. But, man, as a second impression, I'm so excited at this helmet. So I bought the Fox V3 RS here. Comes in this sick case. Already off the bat, super excited. I bought one of the last year models, so I got a pretty decent deal on it. After signing up on their rebate plan and all that sort of stuff, I ended up getting this helmet. It's the V3 RS Carbon, or Infinite color. I ended up getting it for like $350, and for a DOT helmet, ECE approved as well, I'm more than happy to pay that. But comes with a bunch of little pieces, bunch of little guards and whatnot, but that's not the cool part. The cool part is the helmet itself. So helmet here comes with some extra guards, or extra visors, just in case you need them. Comes with a few different setups. Comes with, this is the European style one, so I guess like the really long one for if you're in rain or mud or something like that. And this is just a short little one in case you break the one on the bike or one on the helmet. So without further ado, I'll pull out this sweet helmet. So this is the helmet I'm going to be running for the year. The Fox helmet. I think it's gonna look dope with the setup that I have right now. Super excited. Now I did test fit this, and guys, I run a medium helmet like I said. The Shoei helmet is broken, and as I told you, the cheek pads are a little bit loose on that. The cheek pads are super tight. I actually had, they give you 3 sets of cheek pads in here. They give you the 33 millimeter, the 30 millimeter that's inside of it, and then they give you a 36 millimeter cheek pad. I went with a 30 millimeter cheek pad because the cheeks were so tight. I felt like I was like trying to chew the side of my cheek. But they say that this helmet, a lot of the reviews will say that this helmet is tight, and it is 100% foolproof tight. But I suppose they claim that to get the max protection on it, it's got to be tight. So I can show you it with it on. You can see as soon as I put it on, you'll see what I mean by it's hard, a little tight to get on. So sitting on, you'll see that it's hard to maybe see, but my cheek right here is pushed up a lot, and I'm finding that in my mouth here, this part of my cheek is being pushed into my jaw. So it is tight, but I expect that as this helmet goes in and gets on, it's gonna wear in and it's gonna be a million times better, which I'm certain of that. But pretty dang sweet. So like I said, this is gonna be the helmet for the year. The next setup that I got, brand freaking new Fox goggles. Super pumped. Oh, I don't even remember what these are. These are the Airspace Core ones. So these are kind of like the mid-tier goggle. I didn't really want to spend a ton of money on goggles because, I mean, truth be told, you can get away with most goggles as a recreation guy. It's not something that you need to have like super nice goggles by any means. But these are the Fox goggles. Super dope. The reason I went with these ones over the other, like the 100% and things like that, is first off, I was getting a Fox helmet, so I wanted to stick with the brand goggle because I'm sure that there is some advantage in keeping a Fox goggle on a Fox helmet because they're probably made for it in a way. The other reason I went with the Airspace model here over the cheaper model is because they have these little side, I guess, like dongle pieces, I guess you could say, how it kind of like sticks out there. That is so that the goggle fits up against your face and the helmet a lot better. And so a lot of times I was reading that not having this, they were kind of pushing it out a little bit. So that's just something I went with. I also have a clear lens on here. I don't like having anything that's tinted. I like having clear lenses. Some guys like to have, tinted lenses for running in the morning. I absolutely cannot stand it. So I run, a clear goggle. So I'll put on the helmet here again and put the goggles on, and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so we're gonna put these looser than you need. Then we're gonna get them on. Get the first impressions with them on. Yeah, super thrilled. Way thrilled that I went with Fox goggles. So these are actually super nice, guys. I have very good range of motion. It's hard to see on camera, but these are really good. Much better than the 100% that I have. They're a lot taller and a lot wider. I can see to my right and to my left much easier. The only thing I'm noticing right now, just talking out loud, is with the helmet being the way it is, I do feel a little bit of pressure on my nose from the goggle coming down here. But I imagine as this goggle kind of wears in and breaks in, and I probably won't even think about it, but it feels like it's pinching your nose just slightly. So with the helmet on, goggles on, I'm not even thinking right now about the cheeks as much, although the cheeks are pressed in a little bit and the nose is kind of pressed a little bit. But I imagine that this is all to do with how tight the helmet is right now and going to be broken over time. But otherwise, man, this helmet setup feels Great. So guys, that is my 2026 gear bag. That's what I'm going to be going out with this year and hitting the track with. If you like the video, if you want to see, you know, maybe more helmet reviews, things like that, tell any helmet sponsor to hit me up. I'll review their helmet and give honest feedback. Thanks everybody. We'll see you next time.